Hey, what's happening YouTube? Thanks for stopping back into the channel today here with the Rust Belt Mechanic. So today we're going to be working with some more of our favorite Raptor products. We're going to be doing the rock rails here on the side-by-side, and we're not just going to be doing the standard Raptor 2K. I'm going to be answering an age-old question that a lot of subscribers have asked me over the years of using Raptor products, is can you use a clear coat over your Raptor products? I'm not really sure. I've never done it before, but I've done a lot of research, and this is what we're going to be trying today, so stay tuned. Now, I know you guys are already well aware of the Raptor 2K, which is the spray version of the Raptor liner. We're going to use it in black, just like we did before on the bumpers of the truck, as well as Captain Ron's top of his Snap-on tool cart. But then we're going to be using a clear coat to boot with that one. I've had lots of questions asked over the years on can we put clear coat over a Raptor liner to give it more of a sheen. I know Raptor liner already has just a little bit of a sheen, especially if you use the color version, the tintable version, where you put paint product into the already UV resistant Raptor liner. But this time we're actually going to be doing a clear coat, and this is the stuff we're going to try. This is the Spray Max 2K Clear Glamour. 3680061 is the part number on this one. And we decided to go with this one because it is a two-part primer where it does have a hardener in it. A lot of the other issues with the other clear coat sprays that you have in the aerosol format are that they are kind of too thin of a mixture, and they thin out on some of the high areas and pull up on the low areas of the Raptor liner, which obviously is not perfectly smooth. So we're going to be using this one today, which is going to be more of a hardening compound, going to be a little bit more sticky, and we're going to put it on in a couple of light coats right after the Raptor liner when it's in its tack phase. So this is what we're going to be trying it on. Today we're going to be trying it here on the side-by-side. As you can see, we've already put on our fender flares on the front and the rear. They are black, and it just seems like it's kind of missing something there in the middle. So the rock guards there in the middle, there are the orange along the lower side. We're going to be doing those in the Raptor liner, and they're not really that expensive of a part, so if the clear coat messes up and everything, we're going to find out, and they're not too expensive of a part to replace. So we're going to start off with prepping those panels, getting them either off or prepped on the car. I'm not sure which one I'm going to do yet. We'll get those done, and then we'll get ready to put the Raptor liner on. Now, first things first, obviously we got to clean these off really good, so you got to get a good acetone or something to get all this stuff off. After we get that off, then we're going to be taking some Scotch-Brite to our surfaces, give it just a little bit of a surface to adhere to. We're going to be then using our U-Pole grip adhesive, so we'll get into that one after we get these all cleaned off. All right, guys, we're getting there. We're moving on. We are going on now to our U-Pole grip number 4 adhesion promoter. We're going to do one pretty decent coat onto these ones. We want this stuff to be able to stick really good. So we're going to spray this one on after shaking this up pretty good, and then we're going to let this one flash for 10 minutes before we get to our 2K aerosol Raptor. All right, now once that stuff is set up for 10 minutes, in the meantime, we had our Raptor 2K liner. It comes with a little button plug there on the top of it. After that, you're gonna put it on the bottom, shake the thing for 2 minutes, push this against a solid surface like a toolbox or something, and then make sure you push against it to puncture the inner portion to activate the secondary portion of the Raptor 2K liner. Once that's done, you're gonna shake it again for another 2 minutes, and you're ready to shoot. This stuff has a shelf life at the point that is mixed right around an hour or so. So make sure you use that can within that time. We're going to do one coat, and then we're going to let that stuff flash up for about 20 minutes or so to get to the flash point, and then we are going to put the second coat onto that one.
All
All right, boys and girls, so our second coat is done here on them. Let's see if we can get it nice zoomed in here so you guys can see the texture that we've got on this one. We used one single can for both of our boards here. Nice even 2 coats on them. I went with a little bit bigger grain to them. I did it a little bit closer, slower, kind of little straps to it. But the grain came out a little bit on the bigger side. I really like that one for this. I think it's going to look really good and uniform across both of them. So now we are going to get into our clear coat. The clear coat spray max here, I've already activated it, and we've got 2 minutes or so worth of shaking afterwards to be able to get that one all shook up. The can says afterwards the pot lasts 48 hours. However, a lot of other reviews on this stuff has said that the pot lasts only a couple of hours. So make sure you're using this within a good time frame of actually activating it. So we'll put that one on there, and what I'm going to try to do on this one is do 2 even thin coats to that. I don't want it to be pooling in any of the low spot areas on it, so that's what we're going to do, try at least on this one. Oh, this stuff fogs like nobody's business. This stuff is awesome. I'm surprised at the range of fogging that the nozzle does on this thing. I think it works great. All right, we've got our 2 coats of the clear coat done already here. And this thing has a lot of sheen to it. A really good amount. Yeah, I mean, granted, we put the whole can, almost the whole can, on both of these together between the 2 coats. So it is a good amount of clear coat for just this much plastic. But I have a feeling that this is going to turn out really good. Now, the setup time for this is going to be a couple of hours. So you guys can see the texture and the clear and how much shine we've got to this one. I'm eager to see, this is right after we're done with it, I'm eager to see once this stuff starts drying a bit, how much different it's going to be. So we'll see that here in just a few minutes. We'll go forward and see how that one comes to set up, and then we'll put it back on the side-by-side, and then we'll take it home and we will put it right up against the truck bumpers, because as you guys know, I did the bumpers of the Duramax in the 2K Raptor, the same stuff but no clear coat, so you guys will see a direct comparison between the two after they're done and dried. And now we're back about 3 hours later. This stuff is set up, it is dry to the touch. It still hasn't fully cured yet, like it's still not all the way hardened, but it is safe to touch and be able to put on and everything. I like that the Can-Am hardware is a bolt and a washer that's separate, so you're not going to twist and mess up any of the fastening or any of the paint stuff that we just did. But as you guys can see, the gloss on this one is extra shiny. It super kept its gloss. This thing took a gloss like you would expect from like a fresh Line-X job or something like that to a bed liner or something along those lines. Maybe even more than that one. So that turned out super nice. Even as it's drying, it's still staying super shiny. And I'd have to say that the contrast that one did between the fender flares and everything, that just kind of connected everything there together. I like that contrast right there. So hopefully this stuff hardens up just as much as our normal Raptor liner, and we know that our 2K aerosol clear that we put on here was a lot harder substance as well, being a 2-part, you know, almost like an epoxy. That is going to set up and be a lot harder and hopefully not have the other issues that a lot of other people that I'd been doing research about have been having with putting clear over Raptor. But only one way to find out, so we did it, and we're going to keep an eye on it and see how it looks in between things. But comparative wise, let's jump over to some video of my truck's bumpers where we just did the standard 2K Raptor spray lining a couple weeks back. Here's the overall sheen that we have for the front bumper on the truck. We can see that it still has a decent little bit of a sheen to it, but not nearly what that other black has for that side-by-side piece. We can see kind of reflecting off the sun, little portions of it here. This is about the sheen that we're getting here with this one. And overall afterwards, these side-by-side pieces definitely didn't change after a day or two. And as you guys can tell, this is a massive difference over us just using the plain 2K Raptor on the bumpers of the truck. This stuff turned out way shinier than I thought it would, and hopefully it stays hardened and it stays protective just as much as the Raptor liner would be over the course of using it with the side-by-side. If anything's going to put it through its paces, this thing definitely will. This thing chucks rocks and mud and all kinds of stuff and everything. So we're going to get this thing home a little bit more on the safer side so we can let this stuff cure altogether. So if you guys want to, make sure you stay tuned to the channel and over on my Instagram page, which is just Rust Belt Mechanic over there. I will keep on putting updates and review things for products like this one over the time of its use, because as we know today, it might look well and good today, but 3 months down the line, it might have some failure spots to it. We're hoping not. It looks fantastic today, but we're going to find out in those respects. You're going to go over to www.raptorliner.com where you guys can pick up any of the 2K aerosol stuff. You guys can pick up any of the tinnable things that I've used on other projects before. Now, also guys, keep in mind some of their products may be limited right now just due to the coronavirus stuff and trying to get products in there, trying to get things out as fast as possible, but keep with them. They are a great company and I love being able to use this stuff. It works fantastic. If you guys haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on that bell notification right down here so you get notified when I come out with cool, awesome content, just like this one here today. We've got tons of stuff coming up here on the channel. We've got lots more side-by-side stuff, lots of parts coming here over the next week or two. We've got some new control arm bars, fully adjustable for the rear from Agency Power. We're also looking at a big 4-piston major big brake kit for the entire unit. So really excited about that one. They'll be coming in here soon, as well as the new wheels coming from MSA Wheels. I'm just waiting to get those back from the powder coaters. So going to be some great stuff coming for this thing. It's turned out to be one heck of a beast. Hopefully you guys enjoy it just as much as I do, where we can get to doing some ripping here soon also. Also, one last thing I almost forgot about for you guys. We do have a huge truck and off-road show going on here in the next couple of weeks. On September 12, 2020, well, we're going to be working with Cole Motors and putting on a huge diesel truck show and off-road stuff show over at the Van Wert County Fairgrounds in Van Wert, Ohio. Myself, Truckmaster, maybe even Whistle and Diesel is going to be there. It's going to be one hell of a fun time. There's going to be truck pulls, dirt drags, show and shine. There's going to be a cruise ring around the entire place. It's going to run from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Lots of vendors, lots of food trucks. It's going to be a great time. It's not going to get canceled because of all this COVID crap, so it's going to be a great time for you guys to hang out with. If you guys are in the Ohio, Indiana region, it's over on the western portion of Ohio, so make sure you guys check that one out. I will leave the link down in the description below to where you guys can get signed up if you want to attend or just get more information from it as well. Well guys, that's about all we've got for you today. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and as always, you guys stay awesome.